Hi, this is Jamie from CapsComputers.com, and today we have a unboxing and review for you for the Incipio Le Deux sleek and slim case. Yes, I am Canadian, and I did take several years of French, but however, my French is very rusty. So, native French speakers and native Quebecois speakers, I very terribly, completely, totally, from the bottom of my heart, apologize for butchering your awesome language. Anyways, let us get to the unboxing and enough of my sob stories about butchering French. This case is for the iPhone 4 and 4S. If I could ever get this this package open here. Oh, there we go. Alright, and here we have the case, and we have some pack-ins from Incipio here. I'll put that aside and take a look at that in a moment. Okay, so this part is not actually removed. This is actually glued to the back of the case to, I guess, pad the back of the case from the metal portion. So pretty much this case consists of a metal back and a very, very, very slim bumper. So let's just put this aside for a second, and Incipio has provided a packet with a thank you and a little fake iPhone, and instructions on how to install their vanity kit, which contains a screen protector, a smoothie card, and a cleaning cloth. So this is said vanity kit. Here's your smoothie card in a nice package here, and then the packed in cleaning cloth, and two screen protectors actually to go with your case, which is actually a really awesome pack-in. Usually these are a few dollars on the internet. Unfortunately, I'm really terrible at installing these, so I won't actually install this on camera. However, I will get this phone into the case. Yeah, give it a little clean on the back here. And usually, here we go. And, well, that was unexpected. Okay. Getting this thing in is a little more fiddly than I expected. Let's try it this way then. Okay. Alright, I think I may actually for once have to give in and take a look at the instruction manual here, because I'm sure you don't want to watch another video of me fumbling for the next 10 minutes. Let's see here. Oh, this doesn't actually have an actual instruction, and my phone is rebooting. Don't want to manhandle this. I would really hate to break it on camera. Well, I suppose this is one of the joys of doing an actual unboxing and installation videos. Completely fresh. Whoops. We'll have to pull this off screen for a second. Maybe I'll have better luck when I can actually see what I'm doing. Hang on here. So, as you can see, I've spent the last 20 minutes trying to get this case on, and it's still not on. I've even resorted to watching Incipio's how-to instructional video, and it's definitely not as easy as it looks. Unfortunately, I've had to stop this, as you can see. Trying to put this case on has caused my power button, if I can get this to focus, to become non-functional. It is now officially stuck. So, I have to say, this is not a good start. Well, after about half an hour wrangling, as you can see, I finally managed to get the case on. Unfortunately, my power button is still broken, but I have to say, once you actually get the case on, it is a very, very, very slim case. This may actually fit with a few third-party docks that are a little more generous with the space size, probably ones that are iPhone 3GS friendly. So far, this part seems to fit. Metal backplate seems to fit pretty flush. However, it seems like this part is jammed out a bit, but there is a nice little bit of lip for leaving your phone face down. So let's skip ahead to the review. And we're back with the Le Deux case. I've had some time to test out this case and think about why my power button broke, and I really cannot blame Incipio for this. It seems like when I was wrestling the case on, it put pressure. The bumper had put pressure on the power button and pushing it back and forth, trying to get the case on. It seems like Apple has a couple batches of iPhones that have weak glue on the I guess you call it the actuator dome, that gives the clicky feel to the power button and holds it up to actually cause the power function. And trying to get this on put a lot of side-to-side pressure on the button, and I guess it seems like that piece that allows that to work has fallen off and is now floating somewhere on my iPhone, and hopefully that won't cause any issues. But the only thing I can fault Incipio for in this, however, is that I think they really should have put a proper instruction, I guess, pack-in on how to properly install this case. They actually do have a YouTube video, but of course there's nothing mentioned about that here. It just shows you how to put on the vanity kit and the warranty information here. I have a sheet of paper from one of Incipio's other cases. Something like a pack-in like this would have been really, really nice for this case to show how to properly install the case, and I may or may not have avoided this power button failure had I known right off the bat to properly install this case. Because I have to say, it was probably one of the hardest installations, short of trying to get a nice finish on a screen protector without any dust or anything. I think that this is probably ranked just below that. One thing I have to say I really liked about this case is it's insanely slim. You can probably see just by this that it barely adds any bulk to the case. I'd say there's maybe like a millimeter or two of bulk added to it. This is probably one of the closest to the original feel of an iPhone, short of having just one of those tiny skins on it to protect it. It's very light. The metal backing is extremely light, and the bumper that it holds it all together is barely feels like anything. If you're trying to go for the closest to the slim, I guess, naked iPhone feel without actually having a naked iPhone, this is probably the choice case. One of the things I really did not like about this case is the bumper material is kind of soft, but all in the wrong ways, I guess, in the sense that it wasn't soft enough that it's not pliable enough that the bumper pops on easily. However, it's soft enough that, for example, at this part, you can kind of see that it's not using much force, but it's wiggling back and forth pretty easily. And I dropped the case earlier, probably like probably about half a foot onto a wood desk, and you can see that there's a pretty nasty ding here. However, my iPhone was perfectly fine, so I suppose the case did its job, but this plastic is kind of soft, so it doesn't take hits well. This brushed steel back looks very nice. However, it does not take scratches really well, as you can see just from laying this onto desks and picking the phone up. You can already see some scuffs already starting to develop on the back of the case. So if you're really looking for a case that hides scratches well, this isn't for you. If you're looking for a case that looks really good, however, the Le Deux case is a really good option. The cutout hole is perfect. It's very slim, and it does not actually interfere with the flash. I took a couple photos in dark areas and looked for your usual glare, the usual suspect of glare from flash, and I could not find any of it. The access to the buttons are very nice. This was actually pretty friendly with my modified dock. However, I'm not really sure if this, for stocks that have a little bit of wiggle room, you may be able to squeeze this in. However, most docks that are very unforgiving, you probably will not be able to stick this in. I was able to stick in all my connector cables into this slot, or at least the default ones. Some of the chunkier third-party ones may or may not have issues with this. However, once again, if you're using first-party cables, it's guaranteed to work. I guess the dip is the amount of space that they put in here is very nice. You can access the buttons very easily, and of course, there's a large enough cutout that no matter what type of iPhone 4 or 4S, it will work with this case. The only thing I need to, I guess, warn you about is this is a really, really tiny hole for the headphone jacks. The only ones I was able to actually get into this jack were headphones design cables that had plugs designed for iPhone devices. Other than that, I had to either cut the jack, like shave the rubber off the jack to fit it in, or I just had to use a cable to convert it to get it in here. Overall, I actually wanted to mention quickly about the free pack-in vanity kit screen protector. It's been pretty tough. However, it's definitely one of those really super cheap Chinese ones that you get packed in as a freebie. It's definitely not one of those high quality $15 screen protectors, but it does its job. The only problem is the glue's kind of iffy. You can actually see that it's lifting even in places where there are no dust. You can see there's a little bit of dust here, and of course it's bubbling up here, but in this corner, and I believe it's also this corner here, you can probably see that in this corner there really isn't any dust, but the thing is still bubbling up. So if you really have a hard time with applying screen protectors, or you really insist on having a high-quality screen protector, you probably want to buy a separate screen protector. But considering two of these get packed in for free for the price of the case, it's not that bad. The only thing I did notice that really took away from the case, besides this little bubbling on the corners, is at a certain angle under certain lights, you can actually see there's a really weird, like, wavy finish to it, but I didn't really notice when the phone was on in most conditions. So overall, I give this case a 7.5. If you're looking for a super thin case, this is a really good selection. However, this doesn't take dings very well, and unfortunately, it's probably one of the most stubborn cases I've ever installed, and it really, really, really painfully needs some sort of installation instruction in the pack-in or some direction to the YouTube video, because if you install this case incorrectly, you are running a bit of a risk on your power button. So if you want to read more, check out our written review below at www.capsulecomputers.com, or just click the link below, and we will see you on our next review and unboxing.